Hey everybody, welcome to Teams Fridays. Martin is about to join. I was messing around with StreamYard and I created a StreamYard studio, and I think he went to the StreamYard studio. Oh, wait, maybe he went to the wrong thing. This will be fun. I thought I sent him the right link. Let's see. Oh, I think I sent him the wrong link. Oopsies. Anyway, so Teams Fridays, we're gonna talk as soon as I get Martin as soon as Martin joins. What's new in Copilot and what's new in calling, meeting, and devices. Martin Bohm at Microsoft creates these decks, so it's always good to have him walk through it. And I'm just going to start, and he will join as he joins. So let's move on with what's new in calling, meeting, and devices. So we're going to talk about some admin and management capabilities and some end user capabilities, and we'll see if I know what I'm talking about. There's Martin. At Martin Bohm, Copilot for Microsoft 365 Risk Assessment Guide. Hey, Martin.
Hello. I was in the wrong room, I think.
I guess I sent you the wrong one. I created the event and just invite, copy, paste, and I sent you the link. But I thought maybe you went to that. There's a studio. I was playing with StreamYard Studio, reusable studio. So I thought maybe you jumped into that one.
Oh no, I was just sitting.
Because I almost did, and then I'm like, oh, I want this one down here. I'm going to delete that studio. Anyway, I went ahead and got started. What's this risk assessment quick start guide?
Yeah, so I think it's so you can download the slides and get to the link now, but it's quite a lengthy document, this, which really highlights, I think, common concerns. There's a guide around mitigations for a number of risks around the use of AI. There's a simple risk assessment. I think as people are obviously looking at Copilot, looking at AI, lots of security, compliance, governance around that. And this document is all around risk assessments and really a quick start guide to get you moving with common risks, mitigations. So I guess, really good in those, stakeholder discussions and decisions around your adoption deployment of AI and Copilot, really, particularly Copilot for Microsoft 365.
I didn't think there were any risks with Copilot, but I guess I should read that manual and find out what they are.
It's quite big, lots of tables. I guess the common ones you can just pull out, and then it's like, oh, but what about this? You're like, this is mitigation. So I guess that's the thing. When I've been in the room when customer asks me, but what about this? What about that? That document has a lot of information in.
More languages. That's good. Do you have a favorite language? I like to see that Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia were all added. So
yeah, another big
Baltic
one.
nations.
Yeah, another one. I think it's the next slide, actually. Welsh and Catalan. Yes. I've been asked, I think I've been asked a number of times for Welsh. And then when I was presenting at UC Expo, actually in Manchester, somebody from Spain mentioned Catalan. When's Catalan coming? And here it is. So I think probably huge requests from customers, particularly Welsh customers, and maybe customers in Catalan.
All the hardcore Wrexham fans that are starting to learn Welsh and care about Wales and realize it's a country-ish.
Ryan Reynolds obviously must be Copilot.
Yes, this was the Ryan Reynolds and
can't remember the guy's name.
What's a Viva Glint?
And Viva Pulse.
What's a Viva Glint? Pulse, I know that's like the employee survey thing, right?
Yeah, well, I think you can pull the surveys, Pulse surveys. So I can't remember about Glint, if I'm honest.
I think I've heard it once, but hey, if you know, you know. Just know there's Copilot stuff usage, right?
But I think you can use Pulse or Glint, one of them, to create all these surveys. And now it's about pulling those surveys into the Copilot dashboard. So you've got everything in one place. It says view results from multiple Pulse, Glint, or admin uploaded surveys.
Instead of you having to instead of you having to do manually the math, I think Copilot will just look at multiple different surveys and aggregate them for you.
Instead of them just being referenced in those separate apps, pulling it into Copilot. I mean, another use of Viva on, I guess, Copilot deployment and adoption as well. Just say there requires premium Viva Suite Workplace Analytics and Feedback License or Viva Glint license. But good to see more all in one place, one pane of
one of the
glass.
superpowers of Copilot is the ability to look over multiple documents at once and pull things together from multiple documents or search across multiple different platforms like Outlook and Teams and OneDrive and find things for you. So it seems like it's one of those look across multiple things and figure it out. Public sector, GCC, I was just hosting Teams users group in Tampa Bay yesterday along with Tracy Herr. And there are two attendees that are in the government community cloud. And we were showing like what's new in Teams, and they're like, yeah, we'll see this stuff in like a year. So it's good to see that Copilot will be generally available in October. And I think one of them told me he's lined up to get it. Like he's gonna be he's one of the IT directors, so he's gonna get lined up. I'm like, hey, the best thing you'll get about Copilot is just start using it. Don't just wait for that to hear that one magic. You're afraid to use it because you're waiting. You're going to use it wrong. You think you're going to use it wrong, or you're waiting for that one key use case. I'm like, just start using it. Just use it. Replace. Like I never use Windows Search anymore. I just use Copilot. Just and he's pretty sharp. But like, I know I've talked to other people. They're like, well, it's like looking the first time you saw Google. It's just a box. What do you do? Or a DOS, back in the DOS days, C:\greater than. Like, well, what do you do now? You type dir, obviously. So yeah. This is much better than that, though.
It is. It's one step further, I think. But yeah, these two both say subject to US government authorization, and then the bottom one pending. So I guess we're still aiming for GA October.
Yeah, and so that for those in Europe, whatever don't know, there are multiple different clouds at different levels. So the lowest tier government community cloud is done by a lot of city, state, and even private companies that deal heavily with government, where they don't need the insane security that comes at the highest level DoD. So the GCC regular people, it's always like a 6-month delay, and then you get to DoD and it's like a year delay, if they even get the feature. So that's kind of what we're talking about here. Transparency note.
Yeah, so this was called out. There's a separate blog post for this about a transparency note. It's actually a Microsoft Learn article. I took a screenshot there when I was looking for something to put there.
Sure, you need a picture for every slide, right?
Yeah, but it says it's a simple central document that explains how AI-powered productivity tools integrate with large language models with Microsoft 365 apps. So I think it goes a lot about architecture, how it works, what it does. I guess in transparency, all the details are in there, and it notes a further step towards ISO 42001 certification initiative. So all about being open and transparent, I guess, around the use of AI, large language models, and Microsoft 365 apps. But yeah, it's a Learn article. Again, quite a lengthy read, but a lot.
I'm not the most, I'm not in IT, so, and I'm just an end user. I'm just a dumb end user now. But I think this is one I'm going to read. And if you want the links, you can download this deck directly from aka.msh what's new Copilot. But I think that's one I may at least scan.
Yeah, it goes
be able to speak better to Copilot.
It calls out the basics, terms, capabilities. So it is pretty good on that one.
Oh, graph grounded chat. Yeah, this I did hear about, but I don't know what it does. What have you figured out about this one?
There's improvements in a few different places. The first one's Outlook. So it says it will be able to reason over a user's archive mailbox. So instead of just the user's, I guess, mailbox. Yeah, right. So it says expanding the coverage. Users will be able to navigate to specific folders, subfolders, get responses that prioritize in folders. So I guess further sort of expanding the use in Outlook.
I guess instead of searching the whole mailbox, focus on this folder and its subfolders.
Yeah, folders, subfolders, and archive mailbox. Right. So I guess expanding the reach of Copilot in Outlook with graph-grounded chat. Ground conversation in Teams. This is all about group chats. Quickly find and use relevant information when crafting prompts. I think in the Teams deck or the other one, there's more of an expansion on that as well. It was talking about group chat. You could go into a group chat and say, summarize last 5 days, 7 days, 1 day.
Yeah, we have a group chat that is, well, two of them that are pretty active.
And then this is, so there's further improvements over reasoning of large files. So larger files, pasting content into Copilot search. So apparently that's gone from 2,000 to 16,000 characters.
Yeah, and 16,000 I think is going to be where you paste like a document in. If you're actually typing a 16,000 word prompt, boy, there was it's going to come. It's so specific after 16,000 words. It's going to come back and go, no data found.
And then specific file location prompts. Users can specify files in specific apps, folders, sites, and say, finding my files in my OneDrive, finding the marketing site. Word, Copilot in Word, that's got some enhancements as well around paste.
I see that little drop down. So you paste, and then it immediately pops up.
Yeah, and you've got the options there. It was like, I think in the example in the blog post, like you've got on the left of that diagram, you've got like that table in that format, but you can go into Word and use the expanded paste option and actually paste that into a pretty looking table. So it says quickly and easily improve documents. So
I would like there to be a paste from Copilot that doesn't list all of the references, like a 1 down to the link, because then you got to go through and delete the 1, the 2, the 3, and then the 1 again. I wish it's like, I love that those references are there, but I wish there were like a smart copy that is only the data and not the references. Because at some point I'm going, yes, this is good, I want to use this data, but now I've got to edit. I feel like, hey, Copilot, can you remove the Copilotiness of this this response? And it just knows Copilotiness. That's references and numbers, and this was generated by Copilot at the top.
Copilot suggestions, rewording content. There's an example of transforming that content into a table or a list. Apparently available on web today, rolling out to the desktop and Mac soon. I think I've seen it in the desktop this week.
I haven't pasted from Copilot into Word in a while, so haven't seen that.
Copilot informs. So I've used this. It says teachers can easily create detailed solutions for each question. So here it's like when you use forms, I guess as a teacher, you create questions, you have a right answer, wrong answer. But here it's actually giving you an explanation to the answer. So it's like determine the vertex of a quadratic function. That's well beyond what I can do. It gives you the explanation to the answer there, and it says immediate results for students, learning from mistakes. So obviously, as you're going through and learning, it can guide and give you explanations to the answers, which is helpful.
Especially now the thing is, like, is this new math or old math that the answer it's going to give?
I guess Copilot can do both.
There you go. It's the only one that can. Yeah, so this is what you were talking about so within the last month. Yeah, I thought it could already do that. Maybe it's just better at doing that. I thought you could always say like, hey, summarize the last 6 days of whatever, or search from March, back to March or whatever. But
yeah,
maybe it's just improved now. Maybe this is one of those things that kind of worked, but now definitely works.
Yeah, it says time-based phrases. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, anything to help you search group chats with lots of messages, I think more than welcome. Yeah, so
Copilot Labs. Got it. I never go there. Should I? Have you ever spent much time there?
I've spent a bit of time in there. When I go through sometimes building the What's New decks, there is sometimes some What's New Copilot prompts and things in there. I may start to add those ones in. But yeah, I mean, it gives you the prompts to try, and now there's like the job type drop down. So you've got like departments, HR, marketing, industry. So now they've added in some industries for sales and finance. In the blog, there is a few examples. It's like, as a finance person, I want to do XXXXX. So it's good to sort of, I guess, view example prompts and learn and use, because the best way to make use of Copilot for Microsoft 365 really is in the prompts, and there's a library of pre-made prompts that you can use at your disposal. Really,
point this out to my friend there. I was talking about in the community cloud. like, here's a way to get started if you haven't had Copilot before. I mean, he's fairly sharp, but I keep learning tips and tricks every couple of weeks that he can maybe accelerate. Just go through here and unlock some ideas that you may not have thought you could do.
Yeah, and yeah, it's all about there. It says making high quality.
I've just always been the like just bang my head against the wall and figure it out kind of person, and not a
That's the thing to do.
don't teach me how to fish. I'll figure it out on my own by watching YouTube videos. And then I've never really fished, so I've never caught a fish in my life. So maybe I should hang out with someone who knows how to fish.
I just noticed a mistake in the top right. It's not as of 1st of August. I think this should be as of 2nd of September, but
yeah. You can update this, right? They can.
Yes, yeah, you can
update this.
Update this. I think I updated the notes in there, but
anything particularly exciting in here that caught your attention?
I wonder if this was last month's slide actually, but I can't remember. Microsoft Copilot with enterprise data protection. That's a new one. There's a separate blog post on that, but that's a change coming to the personal.
Hold on. Outlook themes generated by Microsoft Copilot.
Where's that one?
Okay. I'll take a new Outlook theme. Why not?
Yeah, lots of Viva again. Viva Engage, servicing questions, graph connectors. Yeah, Copilot Lab, new and trending prompts. That's quite a nice one where you can save your.
I have yet to use Copilot in Excel, but I guess for my job, I'm happy I haven't had to be in Excel. We just use that as a table, like just a database for one of the things we use. Basically, the output of a form, just the output of a form, right? So it puts it into Excel, and that's what we do. So the one cool thing, though, that I lie, the Copilot in Excel jumped in handily because it now can recognize what a column is and says, hey, like let's say my name, Michael Tressler. There's Michael space Tressler, there's a Michael space Tressler space, Michael's Tressler, comma space Michael, whatever. It's like, do you want me to normalize all these? And what do you want me to normalize them to? And I'm like, oh, I'll take all of those and make them say Michael space Tressler as opposed to all the different variants. Same thing happens with as people put in names of customers. Some will do it, Microsoft Inc., Microsoft, micro capital S oft, and whatever. And it's like, yeah, normalize all those to just Microsoft. So that actually did just kind of pop up as a tip. I'm like, I'm going to click on that. And then I was afraid, so I backed up as you should, backed up the Excel first, then let Copilot go to town. And then I started clicking more and more things like, yeah, fix that one, until it got to a point I'm like, I'm not sure what the correct spelling is of that company, so I'll just leave that. I'll just leave it that way. Anyway, I have used Copilot in Excel. I lie. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, somebody asked me that question at one of the conferences. Like, he spends a lot of time sort of cleaning and cleansing data in Excel. Exactly those where people have put different things in. Means it's the same thing, just written in different ways. Which when you want to filter data, sort data, you obviously
that's where the Copilot smarts is, that it kind of recognizes the similarities beyond just a simple text match. Like, oh, this has Michael, therefore it must be like that. And it's like, yeah, it could be George Michael now or something else. Copilot would know that difference, that just because there's a Michael text match, is there other stuff in this cell that would make it not match? So that's where the smarts come in. I guess intelligence, right? Because it's artificial intelligence, not smarts.
Yeah, and then I think I'll most likely be updating this deck probably next week, because there's a big event happening on Monday.
Yeah, tell us about the big event, because we're at the end of this deck. While I load up the next one, what's this, like? Was it Copilot 2.0 or Copilot Net? What did they call it?
Let me find the name. Let me find the exact name of the event. So Satya and Jared Spataro are doing.
They're breaking out the big guns, huh? This isn't just a.
Microsoft is sharing Copilot's next phase. That's join us. Yeah, so join us for the Microsoft 365 Copilot Wave 2 digital event, happening 8 a.m. Pacific on Monday with Satya Nadella and Jared Spataro. Just as the next phase of Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 innovation is designed to help customers optimize daily operations. Discover the new updates, exciting features, and scenarios. Learn how Microsoft is leveraging customer feedback to solve today's biggest work challenges. So yeah, I imagine I'll be updating the what's new in Copilot deck.
Do you think? I don't know if you know the date, you probably can't say, but Team Copilot is still on track to come in the next few months. Let's say.
Yeah, I haven't heard any news on Team Copilot.
But yeah,
I would hope there'd be an update on Monday.
I
Don't
would.
know.
If it's coming in the next few months, I would assume this would be a thing they'd really
It's a big
talk
app.
about. And I'm
Yeah.
wondering also, and this is just pure speculation, if you know, you can't say, because. But I'm wondering if this is Microsoft pushing ChatGPT 4.0 into Copilot and picking up a lot of the visualization and those features that OpenAI showed about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah,
I get Microsoft probably has early code to that too, but then putting all of the governance around the new features in 4.0, having the product team start plugging the apps into the new features adds to, a 3 to 4 month delay is probably pretty quick if it is an upgrade of the models to add the 4.0 capability, if that is the announcement.
I don't know. I'd have to check.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks some may be already, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't miss that. Don't miss out that event.
All right, share screen.
I'll fix that mistake next week, I think, in the roadmap slide.
All right. By the way, I wonder if it's in here. I'm not going to answer this, but I did the what's new in Teams in the last quarter at the Teams users group, and man, there's always stuff. There's so much stuff. Like, really, when was this released? I didn't even know this existed. I'll try to hold off. Try to remind me at the end if it's not in this deck of the things that I'm like, oh, that exists.
Yeah, and some things are on the public roadmap, and some things just jump up. I'm like, I search for the roadmap to look for the ID to see if it's in, and then nope, never hit the roadmap, but here it is. And I think callback for call queues was one of those in Teams Phone. That one I couldn't find on the roadmap, but yep, it's in the blog post.
Teams Phone's getting some things. There's your callback for call queues. Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Yeah,
this has been happening a lot too. Yeah, it's like you can hang out in the queue, or we'll call you back. I usually, depending on the importance of the call, I don't trust this technology. But if it's a not important call, it's like, you know what? It's just, I got a sticky key on my keyboard. I'm not going to, call me back. I'm not going to stay on hold for an hour. Call me back in an hour for figuring how to fix the sticky key on my keyboard. But if it's like, yeah, you're about to be evicted. Yeah, I'm going to stay on the line. Don't call me back. I'm going to hang on here.
I think I've only used like when you ring other things, and it's like, would you like us to call you back? I think only a number of times I've agreed to that and done it. But yes, this is callback for call queues. So it says eligible callers will be given the option to request a callback after the music on hold finishes. To be an eligible callback, it's based on the conditions that are configured by an admin, which could be exceeding a certain wait time, number of calls in the queue, the calls to agent. But yeah, really nice feature to have. Couldn't find a nice little image of it yet.
Yeah, and by the way, the very last thing is why on important calls I don't trust this technology. Notification email for failed callbacks. Now it could be failed because I didn't answer, or it could be failed because the system didn't call me back. So that's
I'm sure it's because you didn't answer.
Just to say it's because I didn't answer, because there'd be no other possible reason.
I think that I think it's configured by PowerShell as an admin. I did look for the PowerShell for call queues, but I couldn't see that the PowerShell commandlets have been updated in their documentation yet. But they may have now, because I made this deck last week. Yes, this one I had to look at. So intelligent meeting recap. So the big call out here for GCC is now it has AI generated notes and tasks. So I think it previously already had intelligent meeting recap, but didn't have.
Yeah, I don't think it was I think before the intelligent, it was just the meeting recap was like, here's the video, and then here's the transcript. There you go. Go figure it out. And so now it's got the intelligence. Does require Teams Premium, and then it says Microsoft Copilot, but that is coming in October. We just learned on the previous deck, so this is coming soon.
Oh yes, yeah. The license, yep.
The unscheduled recaps is nice. I mean, town halls, sure, but that it's an unscheduled thing for Android devices.
This is a cool app for Android, yeah. So,
if you're on the Android app and you look at the recap, you now get to see it for an unscheduled town hall. Okay.
town hall reactions. This has been missing. This has been missing for a little while. I think the other one is also in here, I think, which is huge. But yeah, like you can do in a Teams meeting webinar, send your reactions, thumbs up, hearts, applause, laugh, surprise.
Yeah, you can see that thing there in the bottom right, that whole stream of chaos coming up from the bottom right.
Yeah, so you can do that now in town halls. It says reactions are available in a town hall instance created by a user with Teams Premium.
Yes. Gotta have that premium. Graph API is always good.
Yeah, for town halls, yeah. So event management, session handling, presenter. This included in all licenses, but yeah, if you're into Graph APIs, town halls here as well now. This
is huge. Exporting Q&A, huge. All the time. Hey, can we get a copy of the Q&A questions? Can you post them somewhere? And if you can't download them, it's at best, and I had to do this for those boot camps back in the day, you just copy it all, paste it, and manually edit it, try to get it into Excel somehow, so now you can do things. Then somebody put a comma in, and Excel's like, oh, that's a new table. It's like, oh my God, it was so long that I think I only did like the first 2 days, and after that, I'm like, screw it. It was like a day and a half's worth of work, and I'm like, is anybody even going to read this?
Yeah, like the events we do, you want a Q&A recap. Live events, you had the option, you downloaded it, done. But yeah, town hall didn't, and like when you're getting 1,000 questions,
yes,
it's a long job, and it's like, what? Wait, you can't export the Q&A? Now we can. Available in all Teams licenses. And it says there, data share and share on SharePoint site, send by email, track answer questions, analyze general sentiment. So
and then you can Copilot stuff, right? De-analyze the sentiment and summarize the most asked questions. You can then do better at your next thing or whatever you need.
New APIs for webinar management. So if you're an API person, town hall and webinar.
Mesh continues to mesh, man.
This one I had to just read. I mean, I use a little bit, but cross-room reaction visualizations for hosts. I was like, what? So it says multi-room events occur when a mesh event exceeds 16 attendees.
Oh, then it just spins up another virtual room for attendees 17 through 24.
Yeah. So now the host can see the different rooms and can see attendees' raised hands and reactions. So I guess as a host, you can go into those different rooms and see if somebody needs you. Available in Teams Premium.
All I will say on this is that's a nice looking picture. Good choice. No idea if it has anything to do with the feature, but it looks serene and calm. So I think it less like this image right here, which is just pure tech, a pure tech image.
Yeah.
ID and passcode. I always heard from Zoom people, hit or miss. Some organizations, I guess say Zoom organizations, are like they always join by passcode. They don't they don't invite the Zoom room into the meeting. They just walk in, type in the passcode, and go. Saves a step of having to go to Outlook or Gmail or whatever and forward the invite. And then other Zoom people are like, no, most people don't use it. So I've heard mixed stories. Point is, for some organizations, this is a good one. That's so you can this is the ability to join, for those who don't know, a Zoom meeting from Teams rooms on Android. So you can join a Zoom meeting.
With a Zoom meeting with an ID and passcode.
Yep.
Teams Rooms Pro license for that.
I've done this. I have my custom background on Teams Rooms for Android.
Nice.
It is a generic Jabra image, and so all of the graphics are in the exact wrong place. So it's exactly the type of background you should not be using. But it was like one I had handy. Actually, I think a coworker created the. a coworker created the configuration profile in Teams Admin Center, and I just copied it. Like, let me see if it works. And he just grabbed whatever image he has, so I've got that image now. The fun thing was that he's in I want to say Slovenia, Slovak. No, he's somewhere in like Central Europe. And so my time zone on my MTR also changed to Central European time when I took that configuration profile. So like 5 days, I'm like, why does that thing say it's like 10 p.m. when it's really 4 p.m.? It's like, oh, that's a configuration profile I stole from Peter. But
how was it? How was the experience doing it?
The first time I did it, I literally just hacked. I didn't read the instructions. I just threw up a random image, and I think the length and width, the whatever aspect ratio or whatever of my image was wrong. So the next morning it wasn't there. So then that next morning I saw Peter had created a configuration profile in our shared demo tenant. So I just applied that and it worked right away. And then I think I copied his configuration profile or something. Or I took the time and found an image that has the correct format, and then it worked. So I do need to now find a better image, because every time I look at that, I'm like, that is not a screen I can show to customers yet. It's a screen I show to customers. Show them what not to do.
So you can do main display if you've got a second display extended and the console.
Correct.
Nice.
You can do up to 3 different images, or you can have the left and right be the same image if you want. And there's some rules about what happens if you only have one image with 2 monitors. Text UI resizing is nice. This is as screens start getting huge. 110-inch, 120-inch screens. And then also, 4K displays. So the text gets tiny. So this is to help fix that problem, so that the text will be bigger and not just scaled down to a small thing. Let's override the default scaling and make the text bigger, so you can get it up to 3 times its default size on a 4K display.
Yeah, it looks like I searched for a good image for this. Best I could come up with was the output of the.
I mean, because if you were to just show a front of room that had scaled, I wouldn't know that that's 120. I guess, what do you call it in rest of world? 120 cell screen.
Oh, no, but I think this has been there before, but I think it's supported now. And there you go.
Yealink audio system. Let's go. Go Yealink.
Yeah, certified.
They have a product for everything. Good for them.
Yeah, AI. This one, AI-powered ceiling audio package handles standard large rooms, whilst 2 can cover extra large rooms, and each package runs independently. So you've got, I think, a scalable ceiling audio system there. Yep. And the Logitech Rally Bar plus mic pods, Teams rooms on Windows with a Lenovo Core. Not much more to say on that one.
Yealink phones?
Yeah, so these are
MDEP phones.
Yeah, so these are equipped for support for MDEP and Android 13, which is cool. So more MDEP coming. So,
yeah, I'm gonna imagine there's gonna be some MDEP news in next month. So let's not spend time explaining what MDEP is, other than it's a different variant of Android supported directly by Microsoft. That's that. Bug fixes for GCC High. Yeah, that's the small. That was the small Teams Rooms Windows update that just kind of said bug fixes. And I think that was one. It was also even recommended don't install it unless you're GCC or GCC High, because now you're doing updates just for the sake of updating.
Yeah,
because it literally only has changes that it will not affect you unless you're GCC High, so you can skip that update. This is the custom background ones during Zoom with Ever, and then a bunch of fixes. So cool. What else do we have? Oh, the Teams phone thing. End of certification. Oh yeah, this was the one where the they're kind of like the call notification service. I thought it was the chat service. Yeah. That if you didn't update, the phones would basically become unusable. So it was a mandatory update for certain phones to get to the new platform on the back end.
Yes, there's a software version here. I guess to migrate them from the discontinued. So yeah, big one if you've got any of those phones.
There's a lot of updates coming if you're on the hardware side with the AOSP thing. If you don't know what AOSP is, I highly recommend you talk to your Microsoft person and ask them what is AOSP and why should I care, and then that will prevent you from having an outage. I was talking with senior support escalation engineer Tracy Hur yesterday, and she's like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be working 120-hour weeks from November through January as some of these devices come to end and people aren't aware that their phones don't sign in because they have Intune policies they didn't update to AOSP. So if you don't know what AOSP is, reach out to your Microsoft contact for more info.
We should do a dedicated topic perhaps on AOSP and MDP.
Yeah, we should. We should do it. Like, I don't know if I've got to check my travel schedule. Like next Friday, we can probably get Tracy or Matt Slomker or both to talk about it. We should probably do 2 shows. Watch them both. Hear the same story from different angles. Wait, just pronounced in different ways.
Yeah, I've had to break these slides now because there's so much, and I tried to break it into categories as well across meetings, mesh, premium, town hall, and webinar. Yeah. Loads of stuff for mesh. I think last month there was a lot as well, but yeah.
There's also a rolling out. Oh, this is the rolling out one. Sorry.
Yeah. I've tried to again break it down because there's just so much.
It seems to be accelerating. At first, I remember when Teams first came out, people were complaining at the speed of change. It's like 5 years ago, that was no speed of change. Look at today. Just because there's so many more products, there's so many more things. Like mesh wasn't a thing, or at least it wasn't in Teams 5 years ago. Town Hall wasn't there 5 years ago. Webinar wasn't there 5 years ago. And so all these different things are now getting all the, when it's ready to launch it feature set, as opposed to waiting for once a year.
Yeah, I may try with Copilot breaking it up into the separate products in the roadmap to try and make it a bit more digestible. Teams Rooms on Windows. This one was one that caught my eye. Stop recording on Teams Rooms on Windows.
That's been in development, but that's been something that's been asked for ages. Apparently, if I remember correctly, if somebody's in chat knows, Link Room System had it. And then it got pulled for Skype Room System. Something along those lines. And then it never came back. So the graybeards, I wasn't a Link Room System person. Some of the Link Room System graybeards are like, yeah, it used to be there, I think.
I did Link Room Systems. I did about 40 for one customer. They were the smart-based ones, the boards.
Oh, smart. Yeah, the smart board things.
I can't remember, but yeah, that customer did buy Link Room Systems and did ask me a question of, do I have to deploy Link?
Yes. I got that. I can answer that one in one word. Yes. Private line. That's another thing for graybeards from the old Link and Skype days where you could have a second phone number. So the example I gave is Satya Nadella has that public phone number that he never answers because the staff answers and to keep weirdos from calling him. That is his public phone number. Probably even within Microsoft, that's his public phone number. If you're to call him, it does not go to Satya. Then he's got the private phone number that like his wife calls him on at work. That's the one that doesn't get published. So that's the private phone number feature.
The other thing I saw hit the roadmap this week, so it's not included on here, but brought back some memories, was the network quality indicator in Teams. So you remember in Link and Skype for Business when you're on a video call and you've got 3 bars? That's hit the roadmap coming to Teams.
Remember when they posted like 4 years ago that Skype and Teams are now at parity? Don't have the network indicator, man. We're not at parity, bro.
Oh, that animation is a bit harsh.
Hold on, let's go back and let's look at it again. Yeah, that launched kind of stretched up.
It's trying to pull that. Oh, I got faster than.
Yeah. And speed dial, like for non-touch phones, it's nice that the lower end phones that don't have touch screens. I guess lower end, let's say the more affordable phones, because they don't have to have the expensive touchscreen on there, are getting some love. And voice isolation on Mac.
Yep, so that was a good one to see. What was the other one that hit? Another one hit the roadmap today. I was going to add it to LinkedIn. Remote contact management for common area phones hit the public roadmap. So remote contacts to common area phones.
We're at the end of this one, I guess, because you don't cover Teams client so much. I mean, these are all like the server services of webinars and Meetup and
just trying to call meetings and devices.
Yeah, correct. The one that I learned about by going through the deck that I shared, posted what it presented at Teams Users Group is in a regular meeting chat, or a chat in Teams, not a meet, doesn't have to be a meeting. You can hit the / and a little menu pops up.
Yeah, the power bar.
Never knew that. I thought there was slash up at the top in the search bar. I never knew they put a slash commands. It's pretty cool that one of them is a slash like chat window or something, and it breaks that chat you're having out into a separate window. Slash
Yes.
BRB slash a handful of things. So I never that came out sometime in the last 3 months. And then the other one that theoretically works but didn't in my one test is you can type @designer and you can now create designer images. So if you need to create an image of like a mobile phone sitting on keys in the hands of the Dalai Lama or something, they can't do people, but you get the idea. It can create it there without having to go to like designer.microsoft.com or to Copilot window or whatever. You can just have it create silly pictures right within Teams. So those are two that I'm like, I missed those entirely. I didn't. The slash commands is one I'm eager to play with today. Now that it's a work day today, not a presentation day, which yesterday was.
Yeah, there is in the Teams client. There's a link to what's new in Teams, and
it pops up every now and then. Kindly, it pops up. It goes, "Hey, you just updated. Here's the new features." I'm like, "Hey, it close. I'll figure it out," which I didn't with the slash command.
Yeah, help. What's new? Let's have a quick
there's a
step.
slash command. / record a video / reset your present status. Add a loop paragraph. Add a code block. That's pretty quick. / code, and then you can paste your PowerShell or whatever. These slash commands are pretty nice.
Just seeing if there's any there. Oh yeah, showing to hide the Discover feed. The Discover feed's quite cool. Kind of highlights things from other teams and channels that you may be interested in. It did actually help me, but I think maybe there was some feedback that not everybody wants that. So.
Well, the slash commands on search have added something now. I did slash just to see if the search in / weather, it'll show the current weather. Right now, I just have a spinning purple spinning thing. I'm not showing the weather, but they've added some other show the weather, show stocks, things like that. We've used the / up in the search bar at the top. All right.
That was added. I've just found that was added in June.
Which one? The slash commands?
Yep.
July, August, September. So yeah, over 3 months, I didn't self-discover it or see a post anywhere. Maybe I should put. You know what? I'm going to post that on LinkedIn.
That there's a article to it as well, a support article with all the commands you can use in the compose box. I'll send it to you to add to your article.
By the I can't drag it. There we go. This is what / weather has gotten me so far. Since I typed it like a minute ago.
I suspect it'll be sunny in Florida.
Yeah, probably with this time of year, with the chance of rain and hurricane. That's probably the weather report.
Oh yeah, September. Yeah.
Let's try it again. There's another one. / stocks. Ooh, / Wikipedia search. Now it's also possible, like our admin has kind of turned something off. Our IT admin here, but there's / stocks. I'll try it on a different tenant. See if it works there. It's possible something's. Some security tool that they push on my PC may interfere with that. Anyway, anything else, or is that a show?
I think that's a show. Really looking forward to the event on Monday, so definitely tune in for that. You got any plans weekend?
Bayern Munich game. Being a waiter at a German dinner Saturday night. Oh, and I got a giant carpet to put under my bed. Because it's tile and the tile scratching because of the legs are directly on it, not padded. So I'm like, you know what? I'll add some color in here over this tile. It's the same tile that's on the floor, like this exact same tile over my shoulder throughout the whole place. Still add a splash of color, but by yourself unrolling a carpet that is larger than a king size bed will be a joy. And I'm going to do it as a challenge. I'm not inviting any friend over to help unless I completely screw things up. Then I'll invite a friend over to help.
You got to move the bed first, surely.
I'm going to have what?
You got to move the bed.
I'm not going to move the bed. I'm going to take the mattress off, take the slats off, completely vacuum and mop underneath the bed, then lift half the bed, and then, to about where everything, then roll it, and then lift the other part, roll it, and it'll hold it down. Then well, actually, first thing I have to do is put the little carpet thing so it doesn't slide, so that my whole bed doesn't start moving because it's on a thing. I'm sure the weight of the bed will be enough that the carpet won't move. But I bought the rug holder thing anyway to help prevent that. And it's a metal frame. It's not like some sturdy wood bed from the 1800s. It's a modern metal frame, so it's fairly light. All right. Good seeing you, Martin.
Yes, and you. I'll see you soon. See you later, everyone.